Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Everyday English. I'm Peter, and today's episode is all about idioms and expressions. Those colorful, quirky phrases that native speakers use every day without thinking, and the very ones that can make your English sound ultra-natural. You know what I'm talking about. Instead of saying very easy, you say a piece of cake. Instead of I'm tired, you say I need to hit the sack. These idioms aren't just fun. They help you connect more deeply with listeners. They show you've gone beyond textbook English, and they add personality to your speech. I still remember the moment when I first realized the power of idioms. I was at a conference in Chicago, chatting with a fellow attendee about how much work I had to catch up on. I said, I have a ton of work, and he paused, smiled, and replied, Sounds like you've got your work cut out for you. Something about that phrase, work cut out for you, resonated. It wasn't just literal, it conveyed empathy, understanding, and a hint of shared struggle. In that instant, I realized idioms are like secret handshake codes among native speakers. Today, I want to share some of my favorites and show you how to slip them into your conversation so seamlessly that your listeners will wonder if you grew up speaking English. Let's kick things off with some icebreaker idioms, the perfect tools for making small talk and warming up any conversation. One of the most famous is break the ice. You can say, I always use a joke to break the ice when I meet new people. Or maybe you prefer get the ball rolling, which you might use in a meeting. Let me get the ball rolling by introducing myself. Both expressions help you transition from awkward silence to flowing dialogue. Try this interactive exercise now. Think of the next time you meet someone new, perhaps a networking event or a coffee shop. In your mind, picture greeting them and saying, Hi, I'd love to break the ice. Did you hear about the barista who... Then practice it out loud. Feel how those words set a friendly tone? Next up, let's talk about expressions of agreement and understanding. Native speakers often don't say, I agree. They say, you hit the nail on the head, or I'm with you on that. Imagine a colleague says, we need to finish this project by Friday. You reply, you've nailed it, and suddenly you're sounding much more engaging. Another great one is makes sense. When someone explains a complex idea, you can respond, that makes perfect sense. Try weaving those phrases into your next conversation. You'll notice how they add warmth and validation. Now, let's move into the realm of feeling and mood idioms. Expressions that let you describe emotions succinctly. If you're tired, don't just say, I'm tired. Try, I'm running on fumes, which evokes the image of a car nearly out of gas. Or, I'm under the weather, a classic for feeling a bit ill. On the flip side, when you're in high spirits, you might say, I'm on cloud 9, or I'm over the moon. These idioms paint vivid pictures that simple adjectives can't match. Take a moment now to recall how you feel today and match it with one of these idioms. I feel a bit under the weather, or I'm on cloud 9 because... Then say it out loud and notice the difference in tone. Of course, no idiom list would be complete without time-related expressions. We talk about frequency and rarity with idioms like once in a blue moon, for something very rare, or in the blink of an eye, for something happening very quickly. You might say, I go to the movies once in a blue moon. Or, she finished the report in the blink of an eye. These phrases help you convey time in a way that's engaging and natural. Practice pairing them with real examples from your life. I only eat chocolate once in a blue moon. Or, he learned the new software in the blink of an eye. Let's also cover some degree-intensifying idioms, expressions that add emphasis. Instead of very good, you could say top-notch or second to none. Rather than very expensive, try costs an arm and a leg. You can say, that restaurant is top-notch, or his car costs an arm and a leg. These idioms instantly ramp up the impact of your statements. See if you can come up with 3 sentences right now using these idioms. I'll wait. Great. Those sentences will stick in your memory far better than simple synonyms like excellent or expensive. Now let's talk about transitional idioms, the glue that holds narratives together. When telling a story, native speakers often use phrases like anyway, by the way, so, and at the end of the day. For instance, anyway, back to what I was saying. Or, at the end of the day, we all want the same thing. These little connectors keep your listener on track and give you time to gather your thoughts. Practice telling a short story, maybe what you did last weekend, while peppering in at least 3 of these connectors. Notice how they make your narrative flow more smoothly. Let me share a quick personal anecdote. Last year, I rented a car to explore the Scottish Highlands. I was driving on narrow roads feeling like a fish out of water until I pulled into a tiny village pub for directions. I said, I'm completely turned around. Could you point me to the main road? The local bartender replied, you've taken a wrong turn. No worries, it happens all the time. You just need to head back and then take the next left. His natural use of these idioms, taken a wrong turn all the time, head back, felt like a secret code, and once I matched his language, the rest of my drive felt smooth as silk. That experience taught me the importance of listening for these everyday expressions and practicing them until they become part of your speech. We've covered a lot of ground. Icebreakers, agreement phrases, mood idioms, time expressions, degree, intensifiers, and connectors. But my final tip is to learn idioms in context, not isolation. Instead of studying long lists, pick up a short video, podcast, or article and highlight each idiom you encounter. Write down its sentence, look up its meaning, then try to use it in a new sentence of your own. That way, you're not just memorizing. You're internalizing the expression within a real conversation. Before we wrap up, I have a quick challenge for you. Choose 3 idioms from today's episode that resonate most with you. Over the next 3 days, deliberately use 1 idiom per day in a real interaction, whether it's a text message to a friend, a comment on social media, or an in-person chat. Then, notice the reaction you get. You might be surprised how these small changes can make your English feel more dynamic and authentic. Thank you for tuning in to Everyday English. If you enjoyed today's journey into idioms and expressions, please subscribe, rate, and share with fellow learners. And drop me a message or comment telling me which idiom you used and how it went. I'd love to hear your success stories. I'm Peter, reminding you that idioms are the secret sauce of natural English. So keep practicing, keep exploring, and I'll see you next time.